Salutations everyone and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. Hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving, a non-murderous Black Friday, and just being thankful for all the things that we have received this past year, including news that the Fantastic Four sequel has been canceled. So thankful I don't have to review another one of those. So, yesterday was Black Friday. There was plenty of deals available over just across everything. Obviously, there's going to be plenty of deals still available this weekend. And then we have Cyber Monday on a bunch of video games, computer stuff, electronics, TVs, whatever you want. There is definitely something for you at a good price. Now, I'm not saying I went Black Friday shopping, but there was a deal that was pretty nice, something I was like, I'll pick that up eventually. And I was just like, you know what, it's on sale, might as well just pick it up. It was in the impulse buy section, what was I gonna do? And as a reminder, starting yesterday on Black Friday is when the Hoopa legendary Pokemon became available to Americans. So just go over, take your copy of, Oris or X and Y, go down to McDonald's, connect to the Wi-Fi, and then you get your mystery item and you get your legendary Pokemon Hoopa. So, free stuff for everybody. So now let's talk about the big elephant in the room, the huge unexpected thing that happened this week. We got the first trailer for Captain America Civil War. Now, there's been a lot of mystery surrounding this Civil War, because it's, we know, a fantastic storyline that we don't want to see wasted. It is a Captain America film at its core, and not being treated as an Avengers-esque event, which it should be. The trailer has had a lot of positive reactions, especially to that line that Tony says at the end that people are tearing up about. But it is a disappointment that they put the word Civil War in the title. If this was just Captain America 3, I'd be like, man, this looks awesome, totally on board. The fact that they're using Civil War is a disappointment because they're wasting that storyline. Spider-Man's not going to be in the capacity that he should be for this film. Tony and Cap aren't going to be going quite as head-to-head as they should be, which does make sense because they're going to have to resolve their differences by the end of the movie and fight Crossbones or Barlin Zola or, whoever ends up being the big threat in this movie that they have to reconcile their differences and fight. We did see Crossbones in the trailer. We know that things are going to have to be resolved because then they gotta, fight Thanos, in a couple of years. So we knew that this isn't going to do the Civil War storyline justice. They have a registration act shown in the trailer, and, they kind of touch on some of the things. Black Panther's in there. He's on Tony's side. He probably switches over to Cap's side in the end, kind of like Spider-Man. We don't know what role Spider-Man plays. Is it just a super quick cameo, or does he actually have lines or is integral to any of the scenes? We don't know. We just know what we know from the trailer. I mean, it can still be a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm still excited for it. I still want to see it, and I still think it will be good. Winter Soldier, I think, might be the best Marvel movie that they've made so far. And I'm hyped for it. It's just the fact that they're kind of throwing away the storyline so that it can't be used in the capacity that it should. If they could have struck that deal with Sony sooner, or if this movie was going to be made later this year instead of last year, then maybe they could have retooled this to be as close as they could have gotten to the Civil War storyline. Obviously, you can't have Tony be as much of a bad guy as he is in the comic because you can't explain to your 10-year-old why Iron Man's the bad guy. So I do understand that it wouldn't be, a one-to-one. Obviously, they don't have the X-Men or, the Fantastic Four, which isn't getting a sequel. So that's going to be coming back to Marvel as soon as that contract's up in, 5 years, something like that, probably. But it's still disappointing. It is still disappointing. So maybe we'll have to wait 10, 15, 20 more years for them, for when they ever reboot all the Marvel movies, and then they can do Civil War with all their properties and do it the right way. That'd be cool to see when I'm 50, but I am still excited for this one. It's just a little disappointing that they're not using Civil War as a storyline to its full potential. Speaking of huge heroes going head-to-head, we're going to get our first sneak peek at Batman vs. Superman on Monday, November 30th. On Fox during the Gotham winter finale. If you're still watching that show for whatever reason, I saw the first season. It's just not good enough to continue. But definitely worth the while to see what they show us for Batman vs. Superman, since it is coming out, in March. So it's not too far away. And we've only had that one teaser trailer. So it'll be cool to see what more footage we have for that film, because there's a lot riding on it. And in the popular vein of old things from the 90s making a return, Hey Arnold is going to be coming back to TV with his own new TV-made movie, which will be a continuation from the storyline. They're using the same storyline from the second Arnold movie that they were going to make, but then they canned it, and then they canceled the series. You guys may remember they had the first Hey Arnold movie. It was very underwhelming, but Hey Arnold was a good show, one that I enjoyed in my youth, so I'll be looking forward to this. It's going to, like I said, be using ideas from the canceled second Hey Arnold movie, which will be including the storyline of what happened to Arnold's parents when they went on safari or whatever the hell, which will finally blow out of the water those weird theories about who his parents are, even though we already knew he had parents, but some people for some reason think his grandma and grandpa are his real parents. Anyway, it's just a weird thing, just like his grandma is. But I'm kind of looking forward to this. Now, if they can just make like a Rocko's Modern Life movie, that'd be cool too. Yeah. Your Xbox Game for Gold for December go as follows. For the first of the month, you will get The Adventures of Van Helsing on the Xbox One, and in the latter half of the month, you will be getting Thief. And for 360 owners, you'll be getting Castle Storm, which was previously available on the One. Very fun, a little tower defense-esque game. You will be getting Sacred 3 on the latter half of the month, and as a special bonus, a third 360 game will be available. Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising will be free also in the second half of the month for the Xbox 360. Not to be outdone, the PlayStation Plus free games for December. We'll start with the PlayStation 4 in Gauntlet Slayer Edition and the first episode of the King's Quest games, which is just a beautiful, fantastic game if you have not played it or watch someone play it already. The first episode is what is available right now, and it is now going to be available for free for PS4 users starting in December. And for us Vita owners, we're getting Rocket Birds Hardboiled Edition and Freedom Wars. So glad I have not got into the temptation to buy Freedom Wars like on 10 separate occasions, even though it's been on a super sale almost since it came out. Now it's going to be available for free on December. A very nicely reviewed game, Freedom Wars for the PlayStation Vita. And on PlayStation 3, you can pick up the critically acclaimed Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon game, as well as SXX. So I think PlayStation won this month, which is nice since I got all the PlayStation platforms now, so that's pretty cool. A lot of free games. Anywho, that is what mattered this week. If you would like to know what matters in the future, you can hit the subscribe button. One of these comes out every single Saturday. Hope you all enjoyed. Leave your comments and questions below about any of the stories that I mentioned or did not mention for things that happened this week. Hope you guys had a fantastic week and a very nice December to come, and a lot of awesome movies that just recently come out and will continue to come out, including a kind of a big one in just 3 weeks from now. But yeah, hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see you next time.